Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Sustainable Scoop. I'm Miriam Gennari. My guest today is John Gaffigan. He's with Leaders in Energy. Welcome, John.
That I am, and I'm pleased to be here.
I'm happy to have you here. The last time we had a representative from Leaders in Energy, it was Janine Fennell. So tell me about your role there and what's happening.
Well, Janine brought me on, I guess, about 6 months ago to help her with member services and sponsorship. It's a volunteer organization. I love the premise of what we're doing at Leaders in Energy. It's all about, a servant's heart, trying to help people from a standpoint of growing good, sustainable solutions, nonpartisan manner. It's all about better stewardship of precious resources, something that I agree with quite well.
Well, and not only that, but you're organizing a very large group of people. So it's not bad for networking either, is it?
Well, yeah, right now we stand about 2,700 people across 103 countries and
Wow.
growing. It's grown organically. Part of my role is to help to try to drive increased membership. So we're doing a lot of things with social media and outreach and each one, reach one, kind of campaigns to get people out there. It's all about everybody collectively doing more with less resources, so we have stuff left over for our kids and grandkids.
Well, what I find most impressive about Leaders in Energy is the guests and the groups that come together. Some of your events are amongst the best and most well attended in this arena of sustainability and efficiency.
Yeah, we had an event at George Washington University about sustainable solutions on campuses. That was the 28th of February of this year, was a large event. I think we had about a dozen sponsors there. We had some real marquee companies that found value in showcasing their wares, the likes of Cisco, Johnson Controls, Nissan Leaf, a couple architectural firms. It was very well attended. Probably about 130 people there.
Fantastic.
And we have throughout the year we have events. Our December event is 4 generations. So we talk about leadership that goes from the youngest people all the way up through the greatest generation, and that connective tissue of people that are caring about stewardship through that.
Generation Z all the way to the baby boomers.
Correct.
And beyond? What's before the baby boomers?
Well, before, you mean I think that's the greatest generation.
The greatest generation, all together trying to solve the greatest problems.
Oh yeah, this is something that it really appeals, I think, to all of us, is to use our resources far more efficiently.
And then, of course, there's no party affiliation.
Nope.
This is all multicolored, multi-generational,
Yep.
and multidisciplines in terms of renewable energy, fossil fuel. Anybody who wants to come and join the conversation.
Yeah, we're involved with the whole range, the whole spectrum, and we appeal to the John Wayne rugged individualists with their firearms, and their sub-basement, lockers, all the way to the Birkenstock granola, community. The whole political spectrum that cares about conservation is welcome, and we have everybody there.
Well, and personally, what you do as a endeavor or a business endeavor is you help businesses develop a business plan and an opportunity for themselves. So coaching entrepreneurs, is that what you do?
Yeah, I've organically bootstrapped a little, contingent of companies that all have as a common thread a better to be than the current as is. It's such exotic things as greening up diesel fuels, with companies that I support increasingly globally. I'm doing U.S. and Canada for Purify Fuel, but we have conversations in South Africa and Panama right now that I'm heading up. Case in point, for something that you would think is really outside the box, there is a tugboat operator that runs 7 ports from New York Harbor down to Jacksonville, and we can save them with this additive of over $4 million a year, hard cost. So at the same time we're doing that, we're also reducing greenhouse gas emissions by 40% or more. So it's one of those rare triple net type of opportunities that helps people, planet, and profit.
It's fantastic that this is germinating locally, and yet at the same time, it has, like many things in Leaders in Energy, a global appeal.
Yeah, I mean, I think all the solutions that are out there, the DC area is loaded with really innovative people. You're finding that in Boston, you're finding that in the Silicon, San Francisco Bay Area, in Austin, Texas. In places like Raleigh and Charlotte, you're having a lot of innovation. It's all over the country.
So what's the biggest challenge then facing us?
You know, I think the biggest challenge is for these technologies to gain critical mass, because there's an awful lot. I was just at the Rayburn House Office building yesterday. There was a big energy and environment exposition there, and I think about 45 companies that were presenting. So, and this was a national, even international, because there was some companies from Canada that were down here for this show. There's an awful lot of innovation, and I think what you need to do is the folks that are bringing out these products, they have to live and die on an ROI basis. So they have to be able to
the real green,
the
right?
real, the
you
real,
got to
the
show
real
me
green.
the money, right?
But depending upon who your market is, you know, if you're talking to the financiers of a company, you're talking about the ROI. You know, rather it's measured in like 22, 24, 28 months, or what have you, or immediate ROI. That's ideal. And then the other community is you're talking to the folks that care about the sustainability. So you're talking about the environmental side.
Which is all of the people who are watching today. So please tell us, how do we get in touch with you?
Probably the best way to get in touch with me for my Leaders in Energy hat would be jgaffigan@leadersinenergy.org. And via text or cell, you can ring me on 703-283-6100. And it's been a pleasure chatting with you here today.
It's been a pleasure having you too, John. Everybody, you heard that. You've got his number, so do give him a call. I'm Miriam Gennari. There's another sustainable scoop for you. Back to the news desk.